is meal prep day, and I'm going to start today with one of our most popular meal prep items, and that is a buffalo chicken recipe. This recipe we started a few years ago when we did our first round of Whole30. So it is a Whole30 approved recipe for those of you that are doing Whole30 through September. It's really, really simple. This one will get you through the week. It takes about 30 minutes to put together. I'm going to use this for my lunches all week, but we often do it for suppers. We'll serve it with rice and some roasted vegetables for a full meal. Like I said, I'm going to do this one for my lunches for the coming week. Everything is done in my Instantpot. You can see that it's ready to go. It's hot and ready. So what I'll do is get everything organized and started and walk you through this recipe. Okay, as I said, this is a really, really easy recipe with limited ingredients, and you can see everything in front of me here. So we'll start with the chicken breast. These are just chicken breast fillets that are chopped up. I will chop them more, but these came from Superstore. They're 11 bucks. They are really cheap, really easy to use, and this will cover the entire 5 days worth of lunches. Frank's Red Hot, we're going to use just about a cup of that. Can of coconut milk. You can see I have the lovely No Name brand here. Whatever your favorite coconut milk is, we're going to use some oregano and then some chopped garlic and then a little bit of oil in the pan to saute it. But that's it. That's your ingredient list right there. I don't think you can get too much more simple than that. Okay, so chicken is chopped. I got 4 cloves of garlic that are chopped, ready to go. Open my coconut milk. I have my Frank's ready to go beside me. I'm going to put a little bit of oil, about a tablespoon of oil, into the Instantpot. I'm going to saute the chicken with a little bit of oregano, a teaspoon of oregano. Let that get a little bit brown. Then what I'll do is I'll add in the garlic. Don't add in the garlic first because you'll scorch it. And burnt garlic is not fun. It gets really bitter. So we'll saute the chicken with a little bit of oregano. Then once we get some color on it, we're going to add the garlic, the coconut milk, the Frank's, put the lid on it. We'll set it for about 20 minutes and leave it. You could easily do this recipe in a pot on the stove, in a saucepan or a saute pan. I like the Instant Pot, excuse me, because it's quick, it's easy. Turn it on, leave it, and you can go do a few of it. So there's the chicken chopped in there, getting nice and happy. There's some oregano in there. One of the things, I do not add salt to this recipe. Frank's has a lot of salt in it already, and I find if you salt this chicken, it's going to be over salted, so it's just oregano. You could add some black pepper if you wanted. You could add some onion powder as well, some basil. It's up to you. We like oregano in there, so that's all I've put in. So now that it's got some color, I'll give it another quick stir around, and then I'm going to add the garlic, I'm going to add the coconut milk, and I'm going to add the Frank's. And so I am using full fat coconut milk. If you're watching your calories, you want on reduced fat, you could use a reduced fat coconut milk, or you could take the coconut cream off and just use the liquid, but I'm using the whole thing in this recipe. So next step, add everything else. I thought while I was at it, I would talk about the coconut cream. That's the coconut cream. It's at the top of the can of coconut milk. This is where the bulk of the calories and fat comes from. You could reduce your fat by reducing the amount that's in here, but this is what rises to the top. Out of the coconut milk, the liquid, the water is below, but honestly, fat is fun and flavor, and so this is going to make it real tasty. So there's everything mixed in there: coconut milk, Frank's, my garlic, the chicken, the oregano. So everything is in there. Next step, and this is going to be the hardest part of the recipe by far, is making sure I can get my lid on my Instant Pot. Sometimes it doesn't want to go. Once it's done, I'm going to press my poultry button there, which will be for about 30 minutes. You don't need any more than that, and then we'll let it go. With the Instant Pot, I'm going to let it release naturally. I'm not going to do a quick release. I'll let it release for about 15 minutes. So when this is done, I'll turn the Instant Pot off. I'll leave it sit for about 15 minutes, and then I'll open it all up. Amazingly, I got the Instant Pot lid on in one try. That never happens, so it's a red letter day. I'm going to turn off my saute, which it's been on, so that's done. I'm going to select poultry. There, it goes to 30 minutes automatically, and it's going to start up as soon as it's ready here. So the rest is automatic. 30 minutes, I will turn it off, I'll unplug it so there's no power to it. You can see there it's going to pressurize now. Leave it for 15 minutes and then I'll release it all, and we'll show you what's left.
Okay, so another thing we do for meal prep at the Beatons is we roast off some vegetables because, well, personally, I like cooked vegetables better than raw. Sean, what's your status?
I do as well, especially cauliflower.
And especially in the fall and winter. Like summer might be a little bit different, but anyway, so this is
That's a sweet potato.
sweet potato, and this is cauliflower, and it's just like a quick recipe from Half Baked Harvest. So what it calls for is a tablespoon of chili powder, a tablespoon of smoked paprika, and then salt and pepper to taste, and we're going to throw a little bit of this garlic plus on there. So this is just garlic and salt, just gives it a nice flavor. So our kids love this recipe. They love the roasted root vegetables. Sean, we're out of
We'll get
chili
more.
powder.
There's more in the pantry.
Okay, well anyway, here's the smoked paprika. So we just sprinkle it on lightly, between a tablespoon and a teaspoon. A little bit of dried garlic. So this isn't with salt or anything additional. This would be clean and Whole30. And then I honestly just forgot to add that there is olive oil on these to help coat them. And we just stir them around. And these have fantastic flavor. You throw it down with a protein and you've got yourself a lunch.
So we'll bake those off for about 20 minutes at 375 until they're nice and crisp. All right, friends, there's what the finished product looks like. This made 7 meals, so that's one of them. So that'll take us to Wednesday in a bit. I'll fire up the recipe and everything for you right away, but I wanted to show you what it looked like with some quinoa and the vegetables in a finished presentation.
So there you have it, folks. So that is our buffalo chicken recipe that we do lots and lots. Like I said, I paired it up with some quinoa, some of those roasted vegetables that Laurel talked about on a video. So all in, you're looking in this serving for about 624 calories, and these are estimates. About 23 grams of fat all told, 68 grams of carbs, and 57 grams of protein. And again, that's an estimate. So if you're looking for lower fat, again, don't use the coconut cream in the coconut milk. Lower carbs, sub out the quinoa, add more of the veggies. When I have this for lunch, I'll pair it with some greens. So I'll do like some romaine lettuce and that kind of thing to add some greens to it. So just depending on what your goals are and in terms of your eating. So for me, I'm looking at moderate weight loss. I try to average about 2,600 calories a day. So I'll eat this with my salad and then a lighter breakfast and then a lighter supper, and that'll get me to about my 2,600 calories per day. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. It is our first one. So welcome to Eat Like the Beatons. We hope that you stick with us as we go through these videos, but please mind the amateur nature of them. We'll get better as we go, but thanks very much for watching. We appreciate your time.